Hello and welcome to One Stop Co-op Shop Streamed, your one stop for co-op news and playthroughs. And today we're doing another Marvel Champions playthrough, this time with the other new hero in the set. So this is going to be with Groot. Yesterday was Rocket, so if you didn't see that, go check that out after this. I did Rocket against Claw. Today, I looked at Groot. I didn't look at his deck. That's the whole point of these videos. These are my first impressions. You're going to get my original thoughts on this. I can't even get a thought out right now. I'm so excited because I was super excited for this deck to come out. So I just looked at his card though, and it seems like he's going to be a tanky type character for recovery. Oh, only 10 hit points. Sorry. He feels like a tanky character though, because as an action you place 2 growth counters on him, which is basically healing 2, so he recovers kind of 6-8 at a time, and he can have up to 10. And then on the other side, force interrupt. When you take any amount of damage, remove that many growth counters from him. For each growth counter removed this way, prevent a damage. So he seems pretty tanky to me, even though he has a small amount of health. Seems like he might want to flip a lot too. I don't know. Again, I have no clue of what is in his deck. But seems kind of tanky. So he kind of feels like an immovable object. When you think of trees, you think of taking root. So the immovable object. So I thought I'd do the irresistible force on the other side, which is Rhino. Now I am just doing standard again because I'm using straight out of the box. I haven't played anything. So this may be a shorter playthrough. I mean, Rhino tends to be a little bit shorter. So hopefully we get through his deck at least once though, so we can look at the cards. If not, we'll definitely look afterward. So he's 6 on one side, 5 on the other. He's got 2 attack, 3 defense. So yeah, I mean I don't know how he's going to kill anything. So we'll see. I mean 2 attack is fine, but hopefully he's got some attack cards. Ooh. So let's see. I am Groot. So 3 cost event card. It's a thwart. Remove threat from the scheme equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. Okay. Seems decent if you can get it going. Flora and fauna. We put 2 growth counters on him and ready him, right? Yep. But we don't have Rocket here, so that's going away. Fighting Pit. Oh, new protection card. Hero attack. Deal 2 damage to the villain, 5 damage instead if your hero his remaining hit points are equal to or greater than your hero's starting hit points. Oh, this is great turn 1. Yeah, that's awesome. So that's really good for protection. I mean, just anywhere. Root Stomp. Oh, deal 5 damage to the enemy. If this attack defeats that enemy, place a growth counter on Groot. I mean, 5 damage is pretty great for 2 costs. Pretty good. Fertile Ground. Exhaust Fertile Ground, place 1 growth counter on Groot to a maximum of 10 and draw a card. Wait, what? Oh, Alter Ego. Still, what? For 1 cost? Yeah, and to get it turn 1 is pretty amazing. Alright, so that's great. We are Groot. Some more Groot. Hero action, remove up to 4 growth counters from Groot. Choose that many friendly characters. Give each of those characters a tough status card. I guess that includes himself, which seems really good. Yeah. Lashing Vines. Hero response. After Groot uses a basic power, remove 2 growth counters from him and exhaust Lashing Vines to ready Groot. Whoa. Another upgrade. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. Maybe I'm going to be Groot in our playthrough for Rocket and Groot. I'm not going to spoil my thoughts on yesterday, or what I was thinking yesterday. Okay. So let's see. I need Fertile Ground. That is for sure. Root Stomp, 5 damage. To give up 5 damage is tough, but I'm going to get 5 damage here with Pit Fighting. What does this do? I mean, alright. Alright, Pit Fighting doesn't seem that great, except when it is. I mean, I could do 10 damage here. So that would be that. But what am I going to give up? Alright, I'm going to give up this. So I'm going to do this, put Fertile Ground in. So I'm going to exhaust this to place a growth counter. And I guess people are just going to use these. I think that's what you're supposed to be using. On Groot, and draw a card. And then as his action, he's going to give himself 2 more growth counters. Oh, power protection. That's perfect. That's so good. That's so good because that lets me keep this after he uses a basic power. Remove 2 growth counters from him and exhaust slashing vines to ready him. Now, here's the question. Do I have to use these growth counters? Forced interrupt. Yes, when Groot takes any amount of damage, remove. And what does this let me do? After Groot uses a basic power. So he has to be ready. So he has to somehow survive with 2. I mean, this card's good, but gosh, is that hard to pull off. Because he's got to use a basic power. Yeah, that's pretty tough. Okay, but anyway, what's not tough is what's about to happen here. Well, this is pretty tough. I mean, this game might be over in like 10 seconds. So I am going to hero action, attack, deal 5 damage if your hero's remaining hit points are equal to or greater than their starting hit points. So double resource to pay for an protection card. Wow. Oh, it's protection. See, I'm so used to playing aggression that I'm like, 2 for 5 isn't great, but 2 for 5 in protection is actually amazing. All right, so here's 2 more costs for Root Stomp. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. If it defeats him, place a growth counter here. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That doesn't defeat him, but I'm going to attack because why wouldn't I? All right, so that was 12 damage on turn 1, plus getting Fertile Ground out and having Lashing Vines in my hand, all of which seems not terrible. And I do draw to 5 on this side. Oops. Don't draw Groot on this side. Come on, Groot. You're better than that. So I draw 4 more cards. All right, let's see what else I have. I am Groot. Another, wait, more I am Groots? A lot of I am Groots. I am Groot! Actually, is this one, not I am Groot. All right, deal damage to an enemy equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. Oh, so that'd be 3. So blocking might be the right move here. Root Stomp. Oh, if he defeats the enemy, which he would do. Oh, Fruition. Place 2 growth counters on Groot. So that's how you get this to work. Okay. Desperate Defense. When your hero defends against an attack, it gets +2 defense for the attack. If you take no damage, ready your hero. Oh, yes! That's what we're doing. All right. So, I am Groot. I like you, but not that much. For Desperate Defense. So that gives me 5 defense. Well, let's add 1 threat to the scheme. I'm already so excited about this. 5 defense. Flip this over. That's 1. So, yeah. No. Definitely get to ready myself. Oh, this is so good. Oh, how am I going to pay for Root Stomp? Well, that was stupid. I guess I'm not. I'm just going to do... Oh, wait. Hero response. After Groot uses a basic power, remove 2 threat counters from him and exhaust it. You have to have to exhaust it. So Root Stomp would be 5 damage and a growth counter. But you know what? I just want to do this because it's fun. I'm going to do this the other way. All right, so he did that. Well, let's look out. Oh, threat. No, not threat. I actually can't deal with this at all. Wait, what just happened here? Why? Oh, I was like, wait, why is that there? I'm so confused. Why is Hydra? Oh, that was 1. That's right. All right, crisis icon. So, I mean, it's just a crisis, but not many ways I can deal with that right now. I mean, there are, but not that many I'm gonna do. So I am gonna sadly get rid of Root Stomp to put Lashing Vines in. I'm gonna get 2 growth counters. I'm going to attack for 2 damage, which will advance him. When revealed, search the encounter for break-in and take-in side scheme. Reveal it and shuffle the encounter deck. Alrighty. So that's gonna have 3 icons on it. Okay, yeah, I can't really deal with this threat. I am going to use 2 of these to ready myself and do 2 more damage, I guess. I don't feel so good about this anymore. The level 1 went down pretty quick, but yeah. It's level 2's not going to go as quickly. So do I flip? I mean, no, because that's the only way I lose right now, right? Like, no way that's going to happen. If I get an advance, That would be it for me. So I'm going to do this and pray. Ooh, Rocket Raccoon. Here we are. 2 thwart. Oh, play only if your identity as guardian trait. I love that, by the way. I love that you could play all the guardians as gray allies and they're not keyed to 1, so that you could have a full Guardians of the Galaxy deck. And you know that's coming for me, for sure. All right, interrupt. When Rocket Raccoon attacks a minion, he gets +3 attack for that attack. That attack gains overkill, which, if you saw yesterday's play, fits in very well with his theme. Ooh, Def Focus, max 1 per player. Hero action, exhausts Def Focus. Reduce the resource cost of the next superpower card you play this turn by 1. Well, I have not been paying attention. I'm sure there are superpower cards in here. What is a superpower card? All right. Oh, there you go. Fruition. So that would still be free. Oh, attack superpower. All right. Superpower. Superpower. All right, so it seems like his cards are superpowers. Superpower. Okay. All right. Well, that's for 1 resource. It's basically exhaust it, reduce the cost of the next superpower by 1. I mean, that seems good. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get it. Well, yeah, I probably will. All right, so what's this? Play under any player's control while your hero's remaining hit points are equal to or greater than your hero's starting hit points. Your hero gains Retaliate 1. All right, so that seems to be a thing with the staying at full hit points. Defense. When your hero defends against an attack, he gets +2. And if you take no damage, ready your hero. Yep, doing that. But if I do that, then I would have to use my Def Focus to pay for Rocket Raccoon. All right, well, anyway, let's ready up, and we'll think about this. You know what? Def Focus is so good. That's real hard. That's real hard not to do. So if I don't do Desperate Defense, then I can get Def Focus out and still get Rocket out. I mean, Rocket's just a 2 thwarter. Is that important? I mean, maybe I don't get Rocket out. No, that seems stupid. All right. Yeah, I mean, with these cards, I have to get Rocket out. All right, so I am going to just not defend then. I'm just not going to defend. We'll just let him attack. But first, we're going to add 1 threat to the scheme. I'm going to have to draw an extra card, but we will have him attack for 5. So Desperate Defense would have totally protected me. That's okay. I got 2 cards. There's probably going to be more chances for me to defend here. Oh, 1 revealed. Choose to either take 2 damage or place a threat on the main scheme. I will take 2 damage. Thank you very much, because when I flip, I'll be able to heal all that. And Rocket's going to be able to kill you, sir. 1 revealed. You're confused. If you're already confused, that's fine. I think Groot is confused in more ways than one. All right. So I do have some threat here to deal with, but we're just going straight in. Going straight for the kill here. So there's that. I don't have full health, although we'll use Desperate Defense to pay for Rocket Raccoon. He is going to attack for 4 with Overkill. So that's 2 goes here. And 2 more goes here. I'm going to flip. Wait, is that wise? No, there's no way I can do that, right? Yeah, there's too much threat out there, and well, it's only +1, so that's 3, and then the most he could do. So I can't lose this turn. All right, this is stupid as anything. Yeah, that would be stupid as anything. I'm gonna use this to put this card out. Yeah, I can't do that. I know it would let me heal for 4, draw a card, put 3 counters on myself, but I just can't. I can't do it. There's not a lot of allies in these decks, I'm noticing. All right, so I still got 17 cards to go. Dauntless again if you're full health. Perseverance. After you change form, give your hero a tough status card. Well, if I was on the other side, that would have been nice. Superpower, I am Groot. Deal damage to the enemy equal to the number of growth counters, which are 0. Oh, also would have been good if I was on the other side. Oh, I would have been able to get 4. God, that would have been a lot. All right, Fighting Pit, 5 damage if you're remaining hit. All right, so all of these things are telling me that I should have flipped right there. Literally every one of these cards says you should have flipped because this is 0. Yeah, there's literally not much I can do. Attack superpower, so it's a hero action. Yeah, alright. So maybe I should have flipped there because there is not much I can do after you change form. Give yourself tough. If you're full health, you get retaliate. I'm confused, so I can't even get rid of threat. Now all I've done is just add one more threat to the counter. Alright, so I'm going to block this time. He's attacking for 3. Plus 1, I take 1 damage. And then we're going to add 2 cards. See what happens. The villain attacks you. I mean, I guess I'm blocking with Rocket here. Nothing. That would have been fine, but if it had been plus 2, it would not have been fine. Oh, not great. Not great. Rhino attacks you. If your character is damaged by this, you're stunned. Well, I might be dead by this. Yep, I am dead. All right. So apparently I should have flipped. All right. So had I flipped, I would have schemed for 1. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go back and retroactively do that. Let's see what would have happened because this is a fun game for fun. So let's flip all of these back over and see what would have happened had I flipped instead. All right. So let's pretend I flipped. I would have gotten 2 counters on me right now, plus 1 for Fertile Ground, and then I would have gotten to draw a card last turn. Oh, which would have been this one. Sorry, Dauntless. I would have discarded Dauntless to draw back up and been sitting like this. And everything would have been readied at the end of my turn. All right. So then I would have had all these cards. Yeah, this turn looks a lot different. Oh, Starhawk. What's Starhawk all about? So 2-cost ally. When Starhawk takes damage exactly equal to his remaining hit points, return him to your hand. So you don't want to use him to chump block is what that means. And so you can attack with him once and thwart with him once. That's interesting. And then keep playing him out. Oh, Fighting Pit's way better if I am... what? All right. So add 1 threat. Then we boost this, which just adds 1 threat. Hey, who knew that was coming? Draw 2 cards. All right. And let's see. We are going to Stampede. Alter Ego. This card gains Surge. So. Oh. So I messed up. Because it would have been... this would have been the boost card. Sorry, because I had 2 villain attacks cards. So that's 2 boosts. All right. Or 2 encounter cards, rather. Deal 1 damage to each hero when revealed. So, hero. I'm not a hero. And then, when revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards were discarded that way. Oh, Lashing Vines I can use. Kind of want this too, so guess what? It's going to be Death Focus. Alright, so you have 3 life. Rocket will hit you for 4 with Overkill. Seems good. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to add 2 counters. Next thing, I'm going to Fertile Ground to add a counter and get one of these. Alright. Oh my gosh. Fruition. Place 2 growth counters here. Alright, so I'm going to flip at this point. I'm going to do Fruition to place 2 more growth counters here. All right. So, lesson learned with Groot. Deal damage equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. All right. Lesson learned with Groot. You flip. You always flip, apparently. All right. So, Rocket's going to attack. Rocket's going to attack him. He's going to do 4 damage. So, that's 3 with 1 overkill. Let's do Power of Protection to do Fighting Pit. So that's 2 damage. 1, 2. We are going to pay... I can't do it. I was going to put out Starhawk. Well, Starhawk made way more sense anyway. So I'll do that. And he'll take 2 damage. Because that doesn't make sense to play this card to just do 2 damage. So I'll draw that one in my hand. And let's see if I can then play other stuff. I guess I could... Oh, I could have done that to give myself the tough status card. So we'll pretend I did that because I did change forms this turn. Which seems good. Yeah, I'm totally cheating now, by the way. But that's fine. Do 1. I mean, after I went back, I was already totally cheating. Remove 2 counters. All right, so I'm going to punch for 2. And remove 2 counters to ready. Just because I can. I'm going to punch for 2 again. And then I Am Groot will only do the 6 damage. Equal to the number of growth counters. Oh, wait. I added 2 health to him. That was nice. Yeah, 6. So he's -2 life. And that is the end of that. All right. That was fun. I like Groot. He has no way to deal with threat. He has no way to do a lot of things. But this deck actually has quite a few ways of doing damage. You got it. Oh, my gosh. Fertile Ground turn 1 was like an amazing card. Let's see what else is in his deck that we didn't even get to. We weren't even halfway through his deck. Now, I knew that could potentially happen again because you're fighting Rhino. But let's see. Hard to ignore. Let's see if it really is hard to ignore. Protection upgrade. Hero response. After the hero defends against an attack and takes no damage, exhaust hard to ignore. Remove a threat from the main scheme. Oh. Well, never mind. That is a sweet protection upgrade. Holy moly, I like that. Perseverance. After you change form, give you tough. I mean, after your hero defends against attack. So if you're tough, you're not going to take damage anyway. Def Focus, again, really good in his deck. I don't know that you need 2 of them. Root Stomp, we already saw that. 5 damage. If it defeats an enemy, yep, really good. Dauntless. I'm not sure how I feel about these, like, when you're full health things. I mean, they're great for Groot, but pretty much anybody else, they're kind of useless. Again, I like... Ooh! You can have multiple of these. So you could be removing up to 3 threat at a time in protection. Wow. All right, I Am Groot. Remove threat from the scheme equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. Never mind. Remember when I said you can't do much about threat? I was completely wrong. I just didn't see it any. Vine Shield. When Groot defends against an attack, remove a growth counter from him and exhaust Vine Shield. Groot gets +3 defense from the attack. When he defends from an attack, remove a growth counter. He gets +3 defense, which is great. All right. Wow. All right. This deck is just fun. Yeah. 3 of those. Holy moly. Another Def Def. All right. I'm glad there are 3 of those in there. I don't know that I'd use 3 in deck. Vine Spikes. When Groot makes a basic attack, remove a growth counter from him and exhaust Vine Spikes. Groot gets +2 for the attack. That's 4 attack. That's not bad. And it's an upgrade, and you can keep doing it. Desperate Defense. Yep, we know what that does. Desperate Defense is great in this deck. Fighting Pit is pretty great in this deck too. For 2 cost, again, 5 damage. And if you're hurt, then you just don't use it. And he heals for 4 anyway. All right. So, Entangling Vines. When Groot makes a basic thwart, remove 1 growth counter from him and exhaust, and it gets +2 thwart. All right, so he has a way to give himself +2 attack. He has a way to get +2 thwart. All right. Fertile Grounds is the linchpin card in this deck, I think. Getting a free card draw and a free growth counter in Alter Ego. And again, you get it twice. Once when you flip over, and then you get it once again before you flip back to the other side. Really good. All right. So, yeah, I like Groot way better than Rocket. I may have to make a bargain with Terrence, so I get to play Groot. I'll be honest, I love the deck almost just the way it is. There's very few changes I'd make to it to make me happy. Again, I'd get rid of the def focus cards. I might add in a couple things. Like if you're playing with Rocket's probably going to be the one wanting to do damage, so I might get some other things to help me with threat. But I don't know. I'm real happy with his deck the way it came out. So comparatively, now I know I just played against Rhino, and Rhino's not the toughest. He's actually the easiest, right? And it was a quick game because of that. It would be interesting to see him build up. I don't know how he could deal. He's actually the opposite, and which is good. He's the opposite of Rocket in the fact that he really couldn't handle a lot of enemies, a lot of different ones. I mean, Rocket certainly helps him do that. But again, if you know you're playing Rocket and Groot, you don't add those allies into your deck. That's the other great part about it not being a signature ally. First of all, you can build a whole Guardians team no matter which Guardian you pick to play with. That is awesome. I assume this is going to carry down the line too, where they're all gray. Second of all, you don't have the problem with like Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, where you have to have them. If they're playing together, then you can't even use your signature ally, so you don't have that problem. Or the Mockingbird problem with it's not a problem, but with Hawkeye, you know, I can't add the other Mockingbird to my deck because I already have Mockingbird. So I don't know. I like these gray heroes. They really make me happy. I like what they're doing to the deck, and I really like Groot's deck. Holy moly, did I have fun with that. That is right up my alley. Now, again, I played him against Rhino, so who knows how I would feel against other villains. And I did lose, technically, right? Like, I did choose to not flip, which is a terrible decision now looking at, you know, at hindsight. It was definitely a terrible decision. All those cards that give you plus attack, I guess you have 2 of them in your deck. So, I mean, you're going to get at least 6 attack each time. Again, just from flipping, getting 2 plus 1, and then again 2 plus 1, and then you flip again. So as long as you're flipping enough, that attack's going to do, and you have enough blocking that even if you don't, I mean, you're never going to lose those life counters anyway. Gosh, there's a lot I liked about this deck, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I hope you had fun watching it. And yeah, sorry I wasn't able to do these live, and sorry for the quality of the cards. I don't remember if I mentioned it at the beginning of this video. I certainly mentioned it at the beginning of the Rocket video. I had to do these early, so I had to do them with really bad scans. So normally I wouldn't do them till the full set came out, but I really wanted to get these up first weekend and give you my initial thoughts. Right now, not as high on Rocket, super high on Groot, though. Had a lot of fun. And again, I think Rocket can be really good. He probably just needs Groot, really. In all honesty, if Rocket had a tank, I think I would have a lot more, not a lot more fun with him, but I think he would have been a lot more, less squishy, I guess. I guess he's got that Hawkeye thing. The thing with Hawkeye, though, is he's got enough stuns and confuses that he has chances to flip. Rocket didn't have any of that. So maybe down the road there's some good stun and confuse cards, or maybe you just have to add those to the deck yourself. So out of the box, I didn't love Rocket, and out of the box, I did love Groot. But again, I was fighting against completely different villains. Technically, I would have lost this one, and I didn't lose the Rocket one. So, yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of fun, though, and I just really love Groot's mechanic, and I love some of the new protection cards, as well as I love some of the new aggression cards that came in, too. So just really happy with the heroes that came with this set. Haven't seen the encounters yet. Definitely going to play through that at least once. By the time you're seeing this, I've already picked up my decks. Super excited to play through the campaign once, and then starting probably next weekend, we're going to start a Rocket and Groot campaign of our own where we play through on Expert. So hope you all enjoyed this. Hope you're having a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.